up, ladies and gentlemen? Valency here, and today I'm bringing you another top 5, and in this episode we're going to be going over the top 5 worst situations to be in zombies. So basically what these are situations that happen pretty damn often in zombies and that really suck to be in. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you do, leave some criticism in the comments down below, and let's get into it. Starting us off, at our number 5 spot, we have the situation when you get a wonder weapon in the early rounds. Now, the reason why I feel like this sucks a lot is because when you get a ray gun, let's say for example, at round 3, you're not going to be able to get as many points as you would with, like, really any other gun would get you more points than this. And getting points in the early rounds is actually really crucial in zombies, because you need to get set up, you need to get jug, you need to get your perks, you need to get the box, you just need to get set up, you know, for the maps. And especially in like Origins and Mob of the Dead, those take tremendous amount of points to set up. And if you don't have like a ray gun, not a ray gun, if you don't have like a submachine gun and assault rifle, you know, that can get you a good amount of points at the start, you might end up dying later in the rounds or having some trouble with points. I know this has happened to me a couple times. Usually when I get like a ray gun at the early rounds, I don't tend to use it, and a lot of people do tend to use it. So it's just like it's a really weird situation to be in, because you want to use it but you really can't, or you're gonna be in a bad situation even more than you are in, at that point. But yeah, it's like it's a weird situation, and like I said, it's not the worst. You can easily deal with this, but it's just the awkward situation to be in, and that's why it's on our number 5 spot. Now, if you're into the Easter eggs as much as I am, or a lover of the zombie storyline, this next one probably pisses you off a lot, like me. Coming in at our number 4 spot, we have the moment when you or somebody else on the same team, I don't know, kills the last zombie that you guys were saving when you're trying to set up at the end of the round. This situation really sucks ass, because in these situations you're normally trying to get something really like valuable and something that's going to help you throughout the whole game, and then some dumbass ends up killing the zombie, and then you're stuck in a situation where you're like, shit, should I leave this till the end of the round again, or should I just risk it, try to get it, and maybe die in the process? This is an awkward situation as well, because either way you might die. An example I'm thinking of in my head is like if you died recently and you end up killing the last zombie, you don't know if you want to go get jug because you might end up dying again, or if you want to go ahead and go the length of the round without jug. It's a really hard decision sometimes, and it really sucks ass when you're not the one to kill the zombie. And like I said, it can also apply to when you're doing an Easter egg. Normally when you're doing an Easter egg, you leave a zombie somewhere across the map so you can do something, or listen to the outer quotes, you know, all those little things. And normally this doesn't happen as much in solo, and I don't think it ever does, but it happens a lot in online when you don't know the people, or when they're just trying to troll you. That's a really good way to troll, actually. And yeah, hopefully in Black Ops 3 it's actually like it wasn't back in Black Ops 1, where the zombie doesn't die whatsoever whatever you do. If you keep him in a crawler, he's going to stay there until you kill him. And that's actually not the case in Black Ops 2. Sometimes they die out of the blue. I don't know what's up with that. But hopefully, like I said, in Black Ops 3, they have the Black Ops 1 system, because that'd be amazing. I can't tell you how many times I've been doing an Easter egg getting set up in Black Ops 2, and then the zombie ends up dying. And there's actually a lot of videos up there and funny moments when that actually ends up happening. It's a pretty bad situation. It sucks, and that's why it's on the number 4 spot. Moving on to our number 3 spot, we have one of the worst decision-making situations that you could possibly be in zombies. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is when you see a drop. Let's just say you're out of ammo, for example, or you're close to 0 ammo, and you see a max ammo across the distance, across a horde of zombies. Now, being in this situation really sucks, because you have multiple of ways that you could get that drop and come out of that situation successfully, but there's also a lot of decisions you can make, so you end up dying. What I'm saying like this is, like, you could go in, you could try to juke the zombies, but you could die. You could go around in a loop and try to get that drop, but it could disappear. Now you could also use the amount of ammo you have left, and this also depends on like what type of gun you have, but you could try to kill all the zombies, and that might open a window for you, it might not, and you might just end up losing your ammo and losing the drop, so you're fucked. Like I said, this is just a horrible situation, especially if you miss it, and this doesn't really normally happen in co-op because you could just communicate with other people and be like, okay, there's a drop over there, can you go get it, I'm gonna take this horde away from me. And yeah, this makes for really intense situations, and it happens a lot, especially in challenges that I do. For example, like when you can't really use a certain amount of things, you tend to run out of ammo really quickly, or it doesn't even have to be a max ammo, it could be in like insta kill if you're in a tight situation, it could be a nuke when somebody's down, it could be a carpenter when you really need a break of the zombies getting into you really fast. But yeah, it just, the situation really sucks. Decision making is not my best like asset. I just said that really weird, asset. It's not my best asset. It's not for a lot of people too. That's why it's on the number 3 spot. I had to put this high up there with the bad ones. Now I know everybody has to agree with me here, but coming in at our number 2 spot, when you get into a lobby full of noobs that have barely started out playing zombies, or they just overall suck ass at the game, this situation is one of the worst, and I mean the worst to be in, because you're trying to do especially in like Origins, for example. I don't know why noobs even go into this fucking map. It's the most complicated map in zombies history, and you just want to go into this map knowing nothing? Like, that's the dumbest thing you could do as a noob. Why do you want to go into the most complicated map and just try to survive when you're clearly going to die round 3 probably, maybe even earlier than that? But when you're trying to do all your things, you know, set up, do everything, build the staffs, for example, these noobs don't know what they're going to do, and they're not going to help you at all. If anything, they're just going to pull you back because they're going to be dying, but you're going to need to revive them a shit ton of times. This situation really sucks, because you really want to play zombies, but you don't want to play with a noob like this, and you just don't know what to do. I mean, you could leave, but getting into a lobby can also take forever, especially in online, and especially now that the game's almost like 3 freaking years old. This just sucks, man. When this happens sometimes, I don't want to play online. This is one of the reasons I never fucking played online with Black Ops 1. I always played by myself or with my friends in a private match. I didn't do fucking online. It's stupid. And sometimes it's so bad that after one of these games, I just quit and don't play zombies for a couple days because it pisses me off. I mean, when things piss me off, I tend to leave it alone for a little bit. And I know I'm not alone in this. This had to be one of the high-ranking ones in this top 5, and that's why it's at our number 2 spot. And finally, on our number 1 spot, we have the ultimate decision in Zombies Co-op. And this, ladies and gentlemen, on our number 1 spot is the situation when your buddies are down and you have to make the decision of whether to go and revive them and you could die, or trying to clutch the round. Now, my thought process behind this is like, okay, well, I have quick revive, so maybe I could go and revive this guy, and it could go a lot of different ways. Like, you could revive him and it'd be the two of you or more, or you could actually go ahead and revive him, and this has actually happened to me a lot, is where you revive him, you end up going down, and he's the one that's up now without jug and all that kind of stuff. Or you could just end up clutching or trying to clutch the round, because you never know, you could die, or you could survive, you know, make it, get all the gains. But yeah, this is a really hard decision to go through, and at that point there's a lot of things going through your mind, a lot of things that could go wrong, and I think I've made it a lot simpler than it is. But that's our number 1 spot. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this top 5 worst situations to be in Treyarch Zombies. If you did, make sure to leave a like, leave some constructive criticism in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.